Okay, thank you for joining me again in this session. I want to talk about Uganda. Uganda trended recently when the police of Uganda arrested a popular Nigerian artist, which is Omale. And the arrest was because they said he violated some COVID-19 protocols. That was why he was arrested. So today now we are hearing that even the strongest opposition leader, which is Bobi Wine, who also is actually known as Bobi Wine. He's a musician, but his real name is Robert Kiangulai. I forgive the way I pronounce the name if it's not correct, but his real name is Robert K, if you put it that way. So, but he's popularly known as Bobi Wine. He has been arrested today with his crew, and he has been denied, legal rights. As you know how all these things go down when it comes to politics. He's actually a very, very formidable force against the current president, Museveni. And people have been saying that he might actually, unseat him from office. I mean, in 2021, when they go to the polls. So, but this would be more like a second time that he has been arrested in 2 months. He was arrested in November, and that led to the death of about 54 people. I mean, a lot of people died. The riot was so violent, that everybody was complaining about it. And now he has been arrested again. And we all know that since politics is involved, there is no way you can justify whatever thing you want to say that he did. Because if you see the crowd that he pulls a very, very large crowd compared to what the current incumbent president is pulling, which is Museveni. So I think the incumbent president, is actually kind of scared or afraid of him, and so he has been doing everything possible to douse his spirit, to discourage him and to dampen his morale. But you know how these things go when someone become more like an activist. Whatever you do to actually deter them, or whatever you do to prevent them from achieving their goals, actually spurs them and gives them more energy to do more. So, but what the president doesn't know, that the more this guy gets arrested, the more he gets press. And the more he gets press, the more people get to know about him and see him as a good alternative for what is happening. Because he's going to continue to project the incumbent president, in a bad light, given that he's actually trying to stampede. He's actually trying to, crush his opponent without giving them a level playing ground for people to choose who they actually want as their leader. So people will eventually begin to hate him. Of course, a lot of people wouldn't like him already. They don't like him already. That doesn't go to say that anybody's saying that people don't like him. I mean, whichever president, who has ever been a president that the whole country likes? There will always be opposition. So a lot of people don't like the current president, which is Museveni, due to his strict protocols and things like that. But also a lot of people like him, which are his loyal fans. But Bobi Wine seems to be very, very strong right now, and he seems to be very, very popular among people. I mean, he's a musician. That gives him a lot of, added advantage, and he has been very, very vocal. For him to actually make a great impact during the time when Omale was arrested, also put him on the spotlight, and people get to know much more about him and his, his power, his energy, and of course his influence. So there's possibility that he might become the next president of Uganda come 2021. But we'll just watch and see. This is politics, and we don't know. Maybe since he's been arrested, he might be kept in jail for a long time, or maybe he will be released. But we hope that he will be released, because this matter is actually very popular. This is what almost like everybody knows about Bobi Wine right now. Everybody knows about Ugandan politics right now because it is popular out there. So there's going to be a lot of eye on this matter. So I don't think the president will be convenient. I don't think it will be convenient for the president to keep him behind bars for a long period of time, because it's going to get a lot of criticism. Although they have a reason to do that. I mean, if government wants to do anything, do any shit to do, they can do it. Given any reason. Now, they might just say the COVID-19, they don't want it to spread and things like that, and that is why they are keeping him behind bars. But don't forget, when they arrested him, they packed him and his guys, his campaign guys, everybody in a truck together without actually observing protocol of social distancing. Now, who is at fault here right now? It's no longer Bobi Wine, but rather the law enforcement officers that actually arrested them, because they gathered them together in a truck without observing social distance. So they also are actually promoting the coronavirus, if you have to put it that way, because they should have arrested them individually and taken them individually and things like that. But of course, we know that this is politics, and we hope that they don't actually get infected themselves, because it's going to be a very big blow for him. But let's watch and see what happens. But we hope that they free him soon, and let's have a fair playing ground. Let the best man win. That is what it is. But politics can always be corny sometimes. So that's what I have to say in this episode. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next one.